Let's see how to insert stiffeners between a plate and a circular hollow section in CYPE Connect. To do this, once the node has been created, we select it in the table on the left-hand side of the interface and edit the connection by clicking on the corresponding button at the top. This opens the connection window. In the Model tab, we must specify the operations needed to define the connection. In this example, we have inserted a plate in the foot of a circular section column, adjusted its geometry, and defined the anchor bolts on the foundation element. We are now going to enter stiffeners in the plate to improve the plate's behaviour. To do this, we click on the stiffeners option in the top toolbar and select Plate. First, we indicate the element where the stiffeners are located. In this case, Plate 1, and select the corresponding circular hollow section. The stiffeners will be arranged radially around the circular hollow section and parallel to the section axis. Then, we select the material of the stiffeners from those available in the library. Further on, we define the geometry of the stiffeners. This includes their thickness, widths X and Y in the radial and perpendicular directions to the plate, the dimensions of the interior bevel, the type of stiffener, either triangular or rectangular, and in the latter case, the dimensions of the exterior bevel. For their position, we need to indicate the number of stiffeners to be used, as well as the initial angle where the first one is placed, measured from the position of the local y-axis of the section and the total angle covered by the assembly, where the stiffeners will be evenly distributed. The location of the stiffeners can be on the front face of the plate, on the back face, or on both faces. Then, we define the welds between the stiffeners and the plate and between the stiffeners and the section. Within each section, the drop-down menus show various possibilities for defining the position of the fillet weld, the type of weld, the shape of the weld surface, or the place of execution, either on-site or at workshop. Here, we define the fillet welds and specify the throat thickness. We can also select the electrode and specify whether the welds have an initial displacement or final displacement. From here, once the model is finished, we can continue our work by opening the Analysis tab to carry out the connection analysis.